Good morning and welcome to my pilgrimage for this Easter 2021. I'm starting here across the street from my apartment. That's my apartment building there, and this is roughly the same spot where I started my pilgrimage last summer when I walked the Camino in Spain. This year I'm doing a shorter walk for 3 or 4 days along the Jakobsweg through Rheinland-Pfalz. So it's a beautiful sunny morning. It's actually forecast to be quite nice warm weather today, but turning cold in the next few days. So I've got some warm clothes in my rucksack. I've got a much bigger rucksack than I took last year because this time I'm camping in the forest along the way. And so I've got some cooking things, some sleeping things, a tent. Let's see how it goes. The rucksack's quite a bit heavier than it was last year, but overall I'm very optimistic. This is the start point for my pilgrimage. I've just arrived here on the train in Neustadt. It's a very pretty town. I was here last weekend when I hiked from Speyer. The train station is over here behind me, and you might be able to just see it back there, but the mountains are over that way, and that's where I'm heading. So I'm just going to, this is my rucksack. I'm going to get my gear organized, turn off this phone, and start hiking up into the hills. I'm just leaving Neustadt now. I'm here at the Kloster, and these are the staircase that's coming down from the top of the hill. Behind me here you can see Neustadt. It's quite a good view, and here is the sign that says I'm on the Jakobsweg. Feels good. So I've just come through this little town here. It's the first major town I've passed through since I left Neustadt, and I had lunch in the town square. It's a beautiful old town. There's a river flowing through it and a baker there, and actually there are at least 6 or so mountain bikers sitting around the town square, also enjoying this stunning weather today, and getting out and about and enjoying this area. So I've just covered about 10.5 kilometers. Don't know how far I'll make it today, but I'm aiming for at least 30. So I've got a solid bit to do after lunch today. Well, I've covered about 25 kilometres and I'm here in a little town called Elmstein, which I found as an ancient town. It's been here for about 1,000 years, and now it's actually quite a pretty little town, and it's quite a holiday industry. So there's a zip line here, mini golf course, holiday apartments. Sadly at the moment everything kind of closed, but what's not closed is a little cafe, and I've got myself some quality German cuisine. So that is currywurst, and I was keen to get some real hot food into me because I'll be sleeping out in the forest tonight, and I can cook myself some pasta and things like that, but it's good to get a bit of nutrition before I knock over the last hour or two of walking for the day. Yeah, and it's a pretty little spot. I'm right here in front of the church, and the sun's going down behind it, and I'm going to enjoy that currywurst. Well, here I am. I've finished my first day on the Jakobsweg. I ended up walking 34 and a bit kilometres today, and I'm really pleased with how it went. I haven't carried such a heavy rucksack before, so I wasn't sure how far I would get today or how I'd be feeling at the end of the day, but actually it went okay. Went pretty good. I do feel exhausted, but I also feel like I'll be able to sleep and get up and walk again tomorrow. I found a nice spot to camp for the evening, so over behind the camera, over in this direction, is the winding sort of stream, or yeah, the stream that I've been walking along for quite a bit today. This is called the Speyerbach. And it's a very historical and important freshwater stream that has its source very close by. Actually, what's called the Speyerbrunnen, the source of the Speyerbach is just nearby, very close, probably like 1 kilometre from here, and it goes all the way down to the Rhine River at the Speyerdorn. So basically, at the beginning of the Jakobsweg. Rheinland-Pfalz. So that's been nice walking along there, but it is a bit noisy down there. There's also a road, and it's not a big road, but it's very windy and very scenic, which means a lot of motorcyclists come. And even now, the sun is setting over behind me, you still hear from time to time loud motorcycles going along that street. So hopefully they won't continue through the night, and it will be very peaceful here. The good news is that on that road I saw on Saturdays, Sundays and public holidays the motorcycles are banned. So tomorrow is Good Friday, so there should be none of those motorcycles on the stretch of road tomorrow. Another little update, my good mate Pritesh, who I often go hiking with, is going to join me tomorrow. So we are going to have a meeting point not far from here, so I will get up tomorrow morning and hike for maybe another hour or two, and then we will meet just south of Kaiserslautern, and then he's going to walk with me for the next couple of days. So that will be nice to have some company. It is very, very quiet on the Jakobsweg, especially compared to hiking in Spain on Camino. The markings are on the trees. There are just no other pilgrims around. I haven't seen another single pilgrim today. I mean, it is Corona times. Most businesses are closed, most restaurants, cafes, all guest houses and accommodation are closed. I managed to get some food, but you have to get it served through a window. You can't sit at outdoor tables, so it is quite a different experience. I'm sure there would be many more people out and about if it wasn't for the corona restrictions, but it's a shame because you walk past some really nice guest houses that are at the edge of the forest, many of them actually run by non-profit associations, and they have beautiful beer gardens, and they look like places where you would normally stop, have something to eat, have a cold drink, and meet some other people that are outdoors, or maybe some other pilgrims on the way. So unfortunately they're all closed. You just have to get food or drink where you have it, or carry it with you. So my water here, I got this out of a stream that literally just came out of the mountain. You could see the spot where it was flowing out of the mountain a few kilometers back. So that's my water for now. I'm going to put my cooker out in a minute, boil some of this up, and make some pasta and make a cup of tea. So got my tent out. It was very easy putting my tent up. This is only the second time I've used it. The first time it was dark when I was putting it up, very windy, and then it proceeded to rain a lot. So having the luxury of putting it up in daylight like this, being able to get pretty much a proper shape to it, get the pegs to go into reasonably soft ground, and there's no significant wind. So hopefully it'll stay like this tonight, and it'll be a very comfortable place to sleep. So I've done a few kilometers walk already for today, and I'm having a bit of a break here. The sun has just come above the trees. Sunrise was a while ago, but it's been hidden behind the trees until now, and so now it's just broken through, so that makes it lovely and warm. And so I'm going to have a change of outfit, because I've got my thermals underneath these clothes, which I needed last night to sleep and to get going this morning, but now walking with the big rucksack with that much warmth on is a bit too much. So going to get changed now, have a protein bar, and then charge on to the meeting point with Pritesh. I'm aiming to get there for 9:30. I don't know if I'll actually be there on time, but I'll see if I can do it.
Who says there's no domestic scenes out here in the wilderness?
Well, good morning everyone. It's day 3 and it's pretty early. 7:20 in the morning. We stayed here in the forest, quite close to the town called Landsturm. And so Landstuhl is very famous in Germany because it's right beside a huge American air base called Ramstein. And actually from here you can hear the base. So when jets take off and land, turboprop aircraft warm up and then take off, which happened at about 5:30 this morning, you hear it very clearly from here. So I think the people that live in Landstuhl must be used to it. But yeah, we're very, very close to that base. We're going to finish the hike now. It's a couple of kilometers into town. We're going to head into the train station and finish up and go home. So it's a fair bit shorter than what I originally planned to hike. I did in total maybe 65, 67 kilometers or so over the first 2 days. But it would be quite a stretch to finish it now. One, I'm a bit tired from carrying the heavy backpack, but two, it is cold. Right now it's just a couple of degrees above zero here. It's very cold during the night. It's warm in my sleeping bag, but generally just hard to get a good night's sleep when it's that cold. And over the next 2 days it's going to get even colder. So the nighttime temperatures would be down at zero or below, and frankly that just takes all the fun out of a hike or a pilgrimage if you can't sleep at night because it's so cold. So yep, so I've completed about half of the hike that I wanted to do. I'll come back another time and do the next 2 stages, so I will get completed all the way to Saarbrücken, but not today. Wherever you are, I hope that you're having a happy and holy and safe Easter.